anyways, so it's Molly Moon. Oh man, I need to stop doing that kind of voice. So, you know, since the whole COVID thing has been going on for a while, and you know, face masks have practically become another clothing item, just like socks and headbands and anything else. Just another accessory. I thought I would draw my OCs with face masks. Now, obviously, these aren't all of them, because I have way too many to do this with, and it would just take me forever, and I don't have that kind of time. So yeah. And okay, if you have noticed, if you've looked on my channel, you would notice that I haven't uploaded a month. Yay me. This is because it's because I kept having problems with my technology. What would happen is the app I used to edit, for some reason, would glitch it all up, and when I uploaded it, it wouldn't even have a video. It would just show the first, like, a picture, and that was it. And the whole time, there was no sound or anything. And so I had a couple videos I was gonna do that I had to delete, because I accidentally deleted all the footage from it before, because I thought it was uploaded and saved on YouTube, you know. It wasn't. So that's fun. Another reason also because I had started school, so yay! I'm actually kind of miss school though, so you know, this is actually pretty good. But yeah, so that's the main reason for that being so. I'm gonna try and get back to try and upload more normally, like a normal person. But I can't make any promises because, yeah, I'm a busy person. So one thing I will point out about what I'm doing with with this drawing is I decided to go with a different, because I have two different styles. So I have a little more cartoony one and then a more realistic one. And I knew that my more realistic one was gonna take forever. It will take me hours. This already took me hours, and this is not even in a super hyper-realistic... Well, mine's not hyper-realistic at all. But it's not super realistic. It's nowhere near realistic, honestly. Well, okay, never mind. Yeah, it's not really anywhere near realistic at all. And yeah, this took me a while. So what does that tell you? So obviously, I'm not going to be able to draw in my normal style like that, because that's too much. I don't know, some people might think that's lazy, but it's because I'm crunched on time when it comes to things, because I'm a very busy person. But, what else was I gonna say? Oh my goodness. I forgot what I was gonna say. I hate it when I do that. But, so, yeah. You know what, I'm just gonna explain to you why I gave the character the masks. The masks that I did. So, I gave Kristen, I know it looks like she has a cat one. It's a bunny. That first character I drew is Kristen, by the way. Yeah, I gave her a bunny mask. Because she obviously is obsessed with bunnies. Even back before I created the whole story, when she was just a character that's part of it. I'm not gonna explain it. I'm gonna save it for later to explain it why I did that. But yeah, back when I first created her, she liked bunnies. So you know, I've always kept that because I thought it was funny. But yeah, and I've tried to make it look like a bunny, but it probably just looks really weird and looks like a cat. But you know, and for Cody, yeah, his name used to be Casey, but I changed it to Cody. I'm just gonna point that out in case it's confusing. But his name's Cody now, which is short for Kodiak. But I gave him a bear mask. Yay. I actually kind of low-key want a bear mask though. It's kind of cute. I don't know though. I don't know if I could pull that off or not. Anyways, I figured, well, his twin sister has an animal mask, so I might as well give him an animal mask too. And there's obvious reasons for why I gave him one. I don't know how to really properly explain it. Part of it's because of how the story is, but we're not gonna get too much into the story. Also, because he kind of reminds you of a bear, kind of like how Kristen kind of reminds me of a bunny. Not exactly, but you know, kind of. So that's kind of why I did that. I thought it was fitting. Those are the only two ones I actually did animal masks on, though. However, all the other ones are just different ones. I don't know. So, yeah, of course. Oh my goodness, what was I gonna say? See, this is why I don't do videos like this. I even wrote down bulletins for me to try and get me to kind of have an idea of what to say, but I'm oh my goodness, it's only 6 minutes in and I'm already having trouble. See, this is why I don't like doing videos like this, because I suck at it. But you know, because it usually devalues what? I forgot what the word was gonna say. It usually derails. It usually derails into me just yelling at myself for for being awkward and not good enough at these videos. Yay me. But so I'm just moment of silence. I'm sorry. So you guys want to talk about COVID? You know, actually, never mind. I don't know if I would be able to do that. You know, this is so difficult for me to do. I'm terrible at this. So, you know, so Cody, I'm gonna talk about Cody then. Which I'm almost done with him, by the way. Cody is... I'm really bad at explaining things clearly. See, this is gonna be terrible. No one's gonna see this video. If anyone does, they're gonna click off within a few seconds because they're like, this is boring. So Cody, they're both telepathic, okay? They're twins, by the way. So, if you didn't know, if I didn't already make it obvious. I know they don't look very much alike in this, but that's because I suck at it. That's because I suck at consistency. So, yay. But, both of the characters, so both Kristen and, I was thinking of saying Casey, Cody, not Kristen, it's not, blah, blah, oh my goodness, I'm already getting them mixed up. It's not Casey nor Sayla, it's no, not, it's Cody now. Okay, yay, yay me. So, the thing about it is they're still different people. You think they would be very similar because they have similar power, but not exactly. They're still very different people. Yay. Because obviously they're different people. They're twins, but they're still different. Because Kristen, how do I explain this? Cody is very much so a protective person, I guess. He's also kind of defensive because he doesn't. This is why I gave him a bare face mask. It fits perfectly. But Cody is very much so a defensive and protective person. Kristen's kind of, she likes helping, and she likes helping people, but she's also a very creative and imaginative person. But here's the thing. Kristen, the problem with that though is, so Kristen sometimes, she wants to help people, but it's kind of difficult for her to do that because they have powers and they don't want people to discover them, you know? This is derailed into me talking about my OCs and spewing about them. Yay. But, you know, so it's kind of, they're kind of not supposed to try and help people. They have powers. Kristen wants to help people because she thinks, I have these powers. Why can't I help people with them? But it's because they could get discovered, and bad things happen when you get discovered. It's not good. You don't want that to happen. Luckily, most people don't believe that these type of people exist. Some people have told other people about it, but no one really is sure, so, you know. And so they have to kind of hide from normal people, because if they don't, they're gonna get discovered, and that's not good for them, because what a lot of times happen, because they've had it happen in the past, where someone gets taken away, and they get taken away to, I probably went way too far back, I'm sorry. They get taken away to become an experiment. This is so edgy. So, and, you know, obviously you don't want to be experimented on. You don't want your friends and your family members to get experimented on. That's not fun. But, so they have to kind of hide themselves away in a way. Because if they don't, they're gonna get discovered, and that's not good. So yeah, that's fun. They're just, I love these two beans. they're adorable. I love them. They are my two favorite beans. That reminds me of something, but I'm not probably not saying it's probably copyrighted. It's a funny song. We're not gonna talk about it. So I love them. I love them so much. I love my characters. And so right next to them, I am drawing another character, which is their cousin. Yay. So their cousin, oof, she's gonna be difficult to explain. I have a hard time explaining my characters. I haven't internalized how they are. I just don't know how to explain it. And all of this is still in development too. Most of these characters I think have a pretty permanent idea of how I want them to be, but you know, it's still a little kind of up in the air, because yeah. But her name's Marianne. I know that might sound like a really boring name to some people, but I like it, so deal with it, noobs. So Marianne, how do I explain this? She's a book smart person. So, she's smart. I feel like that's the most boring thing. Oh yeah, the starter for her, she's smart. Yeah. No, but she actually is. I mean, Kristen's pretty smart too, but just not in the same way, because, you know, these characters can be some of them are pretty smart, but they're not smart in the same way, because that'd be boring. You make them smart in the same way. And that would make sense for the characters too, because they're totally different people. But, Marianne, I'll explain her. She kind of, how to explain this? She kind of just hangs out with, I have to call him Casey again. Oh my goodness. She kind of just hangs out with Cody and Kristen, because, you know, they're cousins. So yeah. But the thing is she is, I guess she's kind of, oh my gosh, I probably got way too close to the microphone there, sorry. She's kind of the type of person to, she kind of finds Kristen to be kind of annoying. You wanna know why? It's cause Kristen's way of thinking is probably not the same as hers, so obviously she doesn't really understand it very well. Cause, see, the thing is that, Marian's not very creative. She's also not the type of person that particularly enjoys helping people. Not that she's a really cruel or mean person or anything, like, I don't want to help people, or, you know what I mean? She's not like that. It's just, you know, she doesn't have a desire in particular to help anyone. So, you know what I mean? She's not like, I have to help people like Kristen. But they Kristen doesn't have a problem with her. It's Marianne kind of has a problem with Kristen. It's one of those kind of things. They don't usually have problems with each other, but sometimes they do. And also there's even a difference, which they both have, which, like I said before, they all have powers. Marianne has powers too. Kristen doesn't just have telepathic. Same with Cody. They aren't just telepathic, they have other powers. But I don't want to go into a whole explanation. You know, I'm gonna do it anyways because I don't have much of a choice. I already said something, so I can't just be like, oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna tell you. But I called him Casey again. No, your name is Cody now. So Cody has the other power he can turn invisible, which is basically his other power. Is he has the ability to turn invisible as well, and oh my goodness, Kristen can she, how to explain this? This is really difficult to explain. You know, how she has that bunny stuffed animal that she always has around? She can make things like that come to life. Yay. So, basically, she can make certain inanimate objects, she can make them come to life and make them do things. It's weird. I mean, it fits well, though. I mean, if you really think about it, but... I guess Marianne has similar abilities, but they're not the same because they're. Oh my goodness, this is such a long explanation. Oh my goodness gracious. But they have similar powers, but I don't know how to explain Marianne's powers. It's really weird. It's kind of similar to Kristen's, except it's a bit more different. It's a bit more powerful, I'd say, in some aspects, but you know, it makes sense because they have a similar power, but it's still different because they are different people. They're not the same people, which that's kind of the thing about these people, is that they don't, like, in your family you could have, there's powers that you could possibly get, but the main thing is that it kind of just depends on who you are, how you are as a person. A lot of it does. Because there are certain powers, like, for example, you probably wouldn't, you know, it probably wouldn't make very much sense for someone who is very loud and confident and everything to have invisibility powers. It doesn't really make sense, right? Because, well, I mean, it could make sense in certain contexts, but it wouldn't make much sense because, you know, obviously it's not a very shy and defensive person, so it makes more sense if you put it to someone who's more shy. That makes more sense, right? Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like how you probably wouldn't imagine someone being able to produce you know, we're not gonna talk about it. I'm so bad. It's kind of like how you wouldn't think, obviously, it's kind of like how, you know, if there's someone who is really shy and not very loud and bold and everything, you wouldn't expect them to have super strong fire powers or something like that. You know what I mean? It kind of is a thing of fitting with you as a person. Which, speaking of the powers, down there I have another character there. She also has similar powers to, Marianne and, what's her face? Kristen. I'm trying to remember what her name is. I forgot her name. Samantha, that's her name. She's their aunt, but, you know. And to, I think it's the left of her, there's another character there. That is also their friend. Her name is Abigail. So Abigail is, how do I explain this? Abigail is I did give her a pink face mask later on, which I guess it kind of feels like a girl. I'll explain in a minute. She's definitely, she's pretty tomboyish, but there are certain things that are more girly that she does like, which I think is interesting, because I remember that's how I was when I was younger. So I was like, oh hey, I'ma just make this character that's like that, and I thought that makes sense. But she also, cause you know, you're probably like, what's her point of story? I'm not gonna explain it because I don't want to give away things. So yeah, they have it's very difficult to explain all this. It's just so complicated. Oh my goodness. And then to the right of Samantha, that is Kristen. That is another character. Yeah, it's another character. I'm not gonna explain it. Actually, never mind. I'm not gonna tell you who it is. It's a character. He's related to some of the other main characters, but I'm not telling you how. You're gonna have to figure out that for yourself. Ha. I know that's probably gonna irritate some people. So, I just gave him a black one because I feel like he doesn't seem like the type of person who would try and get something real extra or anything. He just kind of seems like he would just take the thing that's just the simplest thing. Would you think maybe you give him a medical one instead? Nah, I just gave him a black one. I feel like that's kind of goes next to a medical one, I guess. Because I feel like the ones with designs are probably more expensive, which they usually are. And then, for Samantha, I just gave her a striped one. I don't really know why I did that. I think it's just because I thought, well, I guess it seems like something she probably would wear, so. Anyways, it's kind of the same with, what's it called? It's kind of the same with, Marianne, too. I thought it was just something she'd wear. It's also kind of similar with, it's kind of also similar to Abigail, because it doesn't have super deep meaning or anything. It's not like, it's not like the other three of the people I drew here. Characters I drew here where it has some deep meaning or something. But anyways, so obviously I didn't color it all away because, you know, I don't have time for that. And I wrote out their names next to so you can see how they're spelled there, because I know some people are like, oh, Robbie, how do you spell them names? But that's how I spell them. I don't know if that's correct spelling for the names, but you know what, it doesn't matter because I suck at spelling. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!